Well, good news. My speedometer may be toast, but my tachometer is just fine. So I have continuity on all the wiring here, so the only problem is I have two light bulbs that are burned out. So all I gotta do is replace those, get a new one of these. This guy's not near as bad as the other one, so I'll get him cleaned up and put back together. And yeah, this would have cost me a whole bunch if this had been broken. So glad this one's not broken. That's it for now. Okay, so where did I leave off? I think last time I was tinkering with the speedometer. Yeah, I got it to unseize, but then I spun it around for a while, hoping to kind of break things up. And it got hot, so I gave it a break, and then when I came back it was seized again. So I'm gonna have to find a new one. So the good news is the lower cover, as it's called in the parts list, turned out really nice. Got all that rust out of there and got it treated, got it coated with a rust primer or whatever. So yeah, it's all ready to go. Just need a new speedometer for it. But yeah, so that's good. It's still, there's still a little bit of rust in here, and I need to clean that up and treat it the same as this one. And I think I might do that with the headlight bucket, because it's got a lot of rust on the inside of it too. Oh, and I'll be right back. Look what has come in the mail today. I actually have a sharp thing in my pocket, so that'll work. Okay. Dun, da, 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 da. The RS500G Owner's Manual, which hopefully has all the secrets to actually starting the thing and working the fuel valve, and a safety warning that gasoline is highly flammable. I would not have known that. But uh-oh. Oh, this is just the receipt. Okay, I thought maybe it was some kind of important thing from the previous owner. Okay, yeah, so to steering lock, page 12. Okay, so yeah, I'll learn some stuff in there, because yeah, I've only found 2 positions so far. Anyway, so this is kind of neat. I was supposed to get it a couple of days ago, but it got delayed. But gosh, it looks relatively intact. Looks like there might be some loose pages later on. Troubleshooting. Ooh. Specs. Oh, that'll be good. Oh, okay. This must be the wiring diagram. Okay. Oh, look at this. The error that the Haynes manual wiring diagram has is not present in this diagram. That is interesting. I have the one that I made, and I like that one. But it's really cool that the original wiring diagram is still in here, so that's cool. That is cool. Okay, so that's neat. I have this guy, so I'll read through that later. So what else am I doing today? I have no idea what I'm going to do today. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Let's see, I've got a couple things here. I've almost finished derusting or wire wheeling this guy. I got some little nooks and crannies in there to finish up. And while I'm at it, I figured I'd do the headlight bucket too, because it's got a lot of rust in there too, and it could really do with a good clean and coat. So I'm gonna do that, and then since everything was out of the way, I went ahead and took the ignition switch off. I think that's what it's called. Ignition switch. There's the kill switch and yeah, and the main switch. Anyway, so yeah, I've been assuming that there's only three positions, but check this out. If you turn it, you can turn it on and turn it off, and then what I figured out through trial and error is if you push on it, then you can turn it again to. I assume this is like lock, and then it even goes a little bit further, and I think that's park. I think that's what's going on. Because there's supposed to be four positions on these according to the wiring diagram. So, but you can't just turn it and lock it, and you can't push it and turn it. But if you push it, let it go, and then turn it, see, then you can get it to park and or lock and park. And I'm gonna have to figure out what park does. It might turn on some of the electrics. I don't know, but or it may. This may be nothing, or they might be both that do the same thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to read the manual to find out more. But yeah, this does have four positions. So um, I'll have to get a new sticker here. There's a website that sells them, so I'll have to look at that. But I figured, since this was so easy to get to with everything out of the way, I go ahead and take it off, take it apart as much as I can, clean it up, put it back together. All the other switches have benefited from that, so I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to call this a success. I got all this surface rust out of here, and I got it spray painted with some rust inhibiting primer, and I think it looked pretty good. So all three of these chrome guys needed it. So now I'll just put some of these parts back on and then move on to the next thing. Well, I got all the grommets in, and before I painted this, I went through with a file and knocked off all the sharp edges on here because I was tired of cutting myself every time I did something with this thing. So, but anyway, that's all done, ready to go. And then I got the tachometer temporarily put back together. It needs a new grommet thing here, and it needs a couple of light bulbs. But otherwise, it's ready to go. There's no point in putting the speedometer back together because the gauge is toast. The turning gauge down in here is seized up, so it's never going to work again. So, but I found a new one on eBay and ordered it. It's I'm not sure if it's an 80 or 81. The title said 81 and the description said 80. I don't think it matters, but it's actually the gauge face is in better shape than this one, and it's only about 1,000 miles off. The odometer is, so that's kind of cool. So that'll show up someday, and we'll get this put back together. What else? So let's see here. Take a look first. The parking lot, whatever it is. Okay. So the contacts are actually pretty shaky. I'm gonna clean a little bit, like this one here, but other than that, it's pretty good. I already got these tabs, so it's come off. But yeah, that's pretty shaky. Really. Still very. What else we got? Oh, okay, so that's covered. Back here. Comes off. And then there's the lucky thing. Push that. Release this guy. Just ready. And this whole thing comes right out. So, all right, and that's for the steering lock. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so this guy comes off, right? And these little guys are spring loaded. Doesn't look like anything wrong with this little guy. It's not taking apart. There's just a piece of yellow coated piece of steel, I think. So that is. Oh, and there's a little screws in there to take the rest of it apart. It's a little bit spring loaded, but not too bad. screws here. Okay, this guy comes apart. A little tab folds around like that, moves around like that. Okay, and then we got a spring. Comes out, and then so this got me for a while. The first time I did this, there's a little tab in here, and I spent a long time trying to figure out how to pull it out, but actually push it in, and push it in, and the whole locking mechanism comes out. Okay, and well, in my case, what it is it's unstuck, the label ring, which I take off anyway because there's a thing here. So yeah, I take it off anyway. But yeah, so the key. Here's a little thing here that pops off. The dust cover. There's a little rubber leather seal, I guess, that kind of holds the keys in it. And you have the actual locking mechanism. I don't know if these little pieces come out. I'm afraid to try. So I'm gonna be real careful with this guy, but he can be cleaned up and re-greased. What else do we have? Oh, this is a little piece. This is what moves up and down and locks or unlocks your ability to put the steering lock on. And so that just pushes up and out. But you gotta be careful. There's a little spring going down in there. Just to swap around. So you put your finger on back there, and then that comes out. Then you got this little spring with a little brass plug on the end that actually gives it some resistance to it there. And after that, you just have a big piece of plastic, so you just clean it up. So that, as I take things apart, we clean up and show you how to put it back there. Here are all the nice clean parts. This guy, you know, all I did was wipe this guy down, and then I went over it with a little wire Dremel to clean up all the copper contacts there. But there were only one of them was sort of bad, so that really didn't take very long. Anyway, I got to put this thing together, but now that it's all degreased, it needs to be re-greased. So I'll start with the steering lock. I guess. So that needs a long spring and something like that, right? So yeah, so a little bit of grease there. It's very busy out here. Here's a little layer, I think. Right there. Now a little bit right there. Okay, so push that forward. This guy pops in there. Not that way. It's gotta be on the other side. There we go. Because that turns. So I get it turned. There we go. So that turns. That pushes this thing from one way, and then it turns the other way. Pushes this guy the lock out. So we'll sit there with that. That'll be fine. Okay. So is that dry? Make sure that's good dry. No moisture will fall out. Okay. All right. So next I'm gonna put the little tab thingy in. That's not moisture, by the way. Tiffany. Okay. That's on the other side here. Okay. That's someone. Or that's really whatever it is. Push it down there. Slide that right in there. Push the tab in. Push the spring in, and there we go. It is in there. All right. Next, do we want the actual key locking mechanism? Yeah, that should a little bit out. See what we're going to do. I'm going to get grease in there. And grease in, I guess. My first people say don't put things like WD-40 on your spray inside because you can have all these spray graphite in there. But this already had grease on it, so I'm kind of thinking that the same, the same section of the bag is what came out. I could be wrong. I don't know for. But okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is to get the key in there. It's a little filly, but you get the key in there, and that allows you to push all these little guys down eventually, except the last one. And then you can push that down. Oh, we go. Well, that doesn't work. So you get that started. You push that in, and now it's all the way in there. So with the key out, it can only go one way. You push the tab up, I think. Yeah, no, it's a we're gonna it. But so now that's in there, and then we want a little rubber glue there, and there's a tab right there. And there's a tab right there. There we go. So that's on. And then that's something I'll have to glue the ring on here down here. I got all the glue off. There's a little tab right there, which is really and eventually you can just really make it on and lock. I don't see them off. But yeah, you can just really make it on and lock in there. But there's decals at this one website I found. But I bet you just little plastic like decals, but there's no no ring on it. So I'm gonna keep this, put the sticker on this ring here, and glue this onto the back onto the assembly here later. In the meantime, what else do we have? Okay, this ring goes on next, right? And then this fill here. Now the neat thing about this guy is he's keyed, so you want to put him in one way. Before we put him in, look at this guy. I forgot. So let's see. Yeah, still I wash it, and still got good in there. Oh well, seems like we have to keep on, I guess. But we're going to let's see. That probably doesn't enough. We're going to go a little bit around there. That's probably way too much. Get our edges there. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let's right here too. That slides up and down on the bottom of that little tab right there for getting the key in the lock position. So this goes on. Let's see. This goes on. The tab comes through. Right, so it's a turn. Okay, and then I'm gonna figure out where this goes. Let's see. So there's a little tab in there, it's a tab, so it matches up along with the screw positions, which means right, so okay, let's try that again. Okay, little tab, tab, and two screw positions. All that line up. Okay, there we go. Yay, and then yeah, there we go. Now that's all lined up. Get screws in. Which ones? These guys here, we can't have washers, so yeah. Let's stick the screwdriver here. Oh yeah. So let's go in. Or those guys. Ooh. Because it's plastic, it's probably more like these threads, right? So yeah, gotta pay attention to things like that. Like break stuff, huh? Wait, little tricky. Okay, another screw. There we go. Gotta relax if I can't stop my muscle start twitching. Okay, can't slide in there, and then it's just fine. So now we have this on and off, and then parking. So you have to take it out and park, and lock, or whatever. Can't take it out, you can on, but you can take it off. Okay, so it's working. Alright, so the next thing we have is this little plate, which pushes on this guy, so that you can contact only in certain locations, right? So those are going to go up, and then we've got that notch and a C notch that goes in there one way only. Okay, this guy doesn't matter because he's offset on this other guy no matter what, so you go there or you go here. Orientation is the same, and contact is the same, so it doesn't matter. And these guys are spring loaded. Let's see. I don't know if that's actually grease or not. It's plastic. You don't have grease plastic parts, so I'm not going to use that. This is the machine. And then next, then we have the actual wire. Let's go with the cover on this. We're done with that. So the cover on here, that does take 2 washers and these 2 screws. Oops, I did some. Oh, not that much wrong. Why is it going right? Across that. There we go, I think. Oops. Try that one again. Okay, that's a little easier. Let's go this side. Huh. Yeah, no, 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 that's not enough. So we get our wiring, our contact plate here thing. And that's going to go in, like that. And then when this came off, there's this little notch here that goes towards the wires. And then, it has to be like this. We'll get to it. We'll just right here. Where do I have it down? I thought sure everything went. Other side. Yeah, pretty sure it goes on the other side. Okay, I figured why it's not quite fitting. Make sure it goes in like that. There we go. Okay, that's all it was maybe. And then this guy goes on. Yeah, that's how it's got this. I'm not sure what's on here. I gotta move this a little bit. Yeah, I think it's not. I think the flat parts here are not lined up there yet. So I feel it does. There we go. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. Let's see. Okay, that's parking lot, right? Except lots of coming out. Okay, so we got that here, somewhere. It's pretty easy. Go this way. That's on. Off. Parking anyway, but can't get. Well, exactly that way. Let's move this all the way over. So it's actually engaged. So now it should in there again. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's all lined up now. So I'm going to put the wire, the contact plate thing down there. And it should all line up. Okay, something's not right. Something's not right in there. Oh, this thing is all crooked. There we go. Yeah, I got all crooked and then it got stuck. Huh. Okay, let's try it again. This time we'll leave it there we go. We'll leave it upside down. There. That feels so much better. Okay. So with that all figured out, oops, we can put the screws back in. Snug that up. Snug that up. Put the little wire guy here. Bend those back down. And there we go, other than the label, which is also a dust cover for that little tab. So we have, yeah, so we have on, and you can't, well, okay, so we have on, can't take the key out, off, we can. If we push it, then we can go to park and lock, back to, we can take it out in park, we can take it out in lock, and then we can turn it back to off, but then we can't turn it again, but we can turn it on and off. But if we push it, then we can get it back to lock and park. So it all works. All we have to do now is put the label on this and glue it back on, and we will be ready to go. Plug the key back in, and now this can go in the good parts box, which is getting full. I got so many good parts ready to go back on the motorcycle. So pretty happy about that. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do next. I'll think of something, and then I'll let you know what it is. In the meantime, thanks for watching.